Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Game of Thrones Winter is Coming mobile game feature here on GameFlood. And this is Red Peppy. So today I'm going to show you, or I'm going to talk about the units of the game called Game of Thrones Winter is Coming mobile. So within the game, you basically have four types of units: the bowmen, the spearmen, the infantry, and the cavalry. So each type of unit has a different tier. So they are numbered from tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 until tier 8. So these are the final forms of each of the units. And before you can train them, you need to build specific barracks for each of the units. So if you want to train bowman barracks, you need to uh, build bowman barracks. And if you want to train spearmen, you need spearmen barracks. So once you build them, the different the tier system is dependent on the level of the building. So for example, if you have a tier 1, so it only requires the level 1 bowman or barracks. Then if you have the tier 2 or rating 2, you need to, I think you need to have level 5. And then for tier 3, you need to have it at level 8 or something. And so for tier 4, you need to have level 15 bowmen, as you can see here. That's the requirement. So that's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to train tier 4. So if you would be asking what would be a good combination of units, so it really depends on the commanders that you will be using, but we will not be talking about commanders this time. We'll just be focusing on the units. So in Game of Thrones Winter is Coming mobile, there is no limit to how many units or troops you can train, but you are only limited depending on the amount of resources that you have. So each unit has an upkeep, as you can see here. It says that, I mean, yeah, it has an upkeep 0.26. I'm not sure which resources it will take or it will need, but for the training, you have this 61.5 thousand. That's for the total, but if you only train one, and that's it requires 150, 25 logs, 2 rocks, and 0 iron. So if you train the all of it, then it will need that much amount, as you see here. So yep. So as I was saying, it will depend on the commanders that you have. So if you have commanders that are that give bonus to infantry or to cavalry, then it would be better to train cavalry and infantry units. So, and also you can see here the number of troops that I have. And also just another information, once you do attacks, like for example you're going to take down the rebels, you can do that here in the search button. So let's just do a search. My internet is kind of slow today, so yeah, please bear with me. So let's see, let's try to search. Okay, so here you can search for enemies, like for example rebel camps. I think it's slow because I'm uploading something. And anyway, you can see the army size of the enemy here, but the calculation for being victorious over a specific enemy does not depend on the number of units that you have. It also depends on the tier size. So for example, this 10,368 army size could be full of tier 2 units, and you would be attacking it with like 10,500 tier 1 units. So obviously tier 1 units are inferior to tier 2 units. So let's just see the difference between tier 1 and tier 2 units. So for example, let's take another type of unit here. Let's do infantry. So checking the tier 1 unit for infantry here, you can see that the attack is 6 and the health is 7. So let's just leave it at that for now. So remember, tier 1 is 6 attacks and 7 health, while tier 2 has 9 attack and 9 health. So as you can see, the attack has significantly increased as well as the health. Now if you check on the defense increases by a large amount as well. It turns 21. So the attack that you do on a specific, for example, they will battle one-on-one, they would definitely have less damage on each other. But for example, if this battles a tier 1 bowman, then you would actually lose, right? Because even with 2, for example here, a tier 2 infantry can take out, let's see, so if the defense is 14, then his attack is 9, so he can take it out in 2 hits. So 2 hits for each tier 1 infantry 1, and then infantry 1 can kill the tier 2 in 4 hits. So oh, not 4 hits because it's 30. So 5 hits, and then tier 2 can kill the tier 1 infantry in 3 hits. So we just sum up the defense and the health there. So for example, that's the total aptitude or vitality of the tier 1 infantry, that's 21, and then the total vitality of the tier 2 infantry is 30, and then the tier 1 has 6 damage, so it will take the tier 1 5 tier 1s to kill 1 tier 2 in 1 hit, and it will take 3 tier 2 to kill 1 tier 1 in 1 hit. So as you can see, the difference is 5:3. So in order to defeat one tier 2 infantry, you need at least 5 tier 1 infantry. So that's the problem, right? Basically the higher the tier, the better it is. That's why we always want to train higher level or higher tier leveled units, right? So, and yep, and also during the attack, the bonuses from the commanders also become added to the attack, and also the wall defenses are also added to the attack. So it would be good to do scouting, just to tell how much or how many troops you really need in order to defeat the specific enemy. So but we'll talk about that in a later video, but for this video we'll just leave it at the units. So yep, that's it, and hopefully you've learned something about the Game of Thrones basic units or troop units here. So yep, see you in the next video. Goodbye.